I do think entrepreneurship is always based in possibility, it's always based in positivity, and it's always based in taking the first step.
And that's where I think it's really exciting. And we only win, and we want to win, right? The only thing we want to do is win. And when the whole community leans in, that's powerful. And I think I see that happening with Film Cincinnati, and I see everyone opening doors for us.
All right, so good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for spending your time this morning with us. For those that I haven't met, my name is Patrick Hughes. I'm the managing partner here at DBL. That means I now have 28 additional bosses from what I did previous. But again, as I mentioned, Lauren is unfortunately under the weather today and not with us. But we've got a great program, and we're going to get started. We started this series because we wanted to have more of a real conversation with people that I'm about to introduce, Kristen and Julie, about their journeys in our city, about the dynamism. Is that a word?
It is now.
It is now.
An entrepreneurial spirit of our region. And these two really embody that. So this is not a panel. This is a conversation about their journeys in our region in their respective roles. So they work to shape the region. And with that, I'm going to introduce Julie Kirkpatrick. Julie is the president and CEO of meetNKY. And just recently, she assumed an additional role as the interim president and CEO of Visit Cincinnati. Pardon me, Visit Cincy.
Visit Cincy, yeah.
Branding matters.
Well, I'm also looking for another part-time job if anybody's hiring right now as well.
So thanks for the dual roles. Julie's work is a great example of tourism, not as something that's nice to have and visit, but it's a serious economic infrastructure for our region. It's connected to our business growth, our talent attraction, and our regional identity. And we're especially grateful she made time to be here because she does have two jobs and is apparently looking for the third. Joining her is Kristen Schlotman. Kristen is the president and CEO of Film Cincinnati. Kristen leads the Film Commission for Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, and her job is to convince the world that our region can stand in for just about anybody, especially itself, and then actually make that happen. Her work blends creativity, logistics, policy, and pure problem solving. When Film Cincinnati succeeds, it doesn't just mean a movie gets made. It means job growth. It means business for restaurants. It means national visibility for our region and long-term credibility. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to start by giving everyone a sense of what your organizations do, because I think your roles are a lot broader than everyone really understands. So with that, Julie, I'll start. You're in a unique moment right now. You do have two roles. And from that vantage point, can you describe what meetNKY and Visit Cincy do for our region?
Absolutely. So we are the shepherds of the visitor economy in this region. We have a very dynamic region. Obviously, we have a 15-county MSA, but I think we have a unique space where the Midwest and the South come together. So we work collaboratively to bring visitors here for conventions, for events, to visit experiences, to go to concerts. Who got their Noah Kahn tickets at the Reds? If you didn't, sorry, it sold out really, really quickly. But all of that leaves behind a big economic impact in the region. If you think about the visitor economy, the 13 million people that visit this region, they leave behind a big economic impact, of course, but they keep bars and restaurants open. They keep attractions open. They leave their money all over the region. They support flights at CVG International Airport. And of course, they support three big infrastructure projects in this region: the Northern Kentucky Convention Center, the Downtown First Financial Center, and the Sharonville Convention Center. So all of this ecosystem, I see how it works together, but also how it works together with economic development. My friends at BNKY and Ready, when they are looking to bring new companies into the region, how we are reinforcing quality of life, our chamber partners, and how we're doing business advocacy. So all of it is a big wheel in growing the reputation and impact in this region. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of dive a little deeper. When they came to me and said, hey, in this interim where Visit Cincy's president and CEO has left for another opportunity, would you be open to being their shepherd during this interim? And I was like, well, yeah, of course. We do the exact same thing together a mile apart. That makes great sense. So I feel like we have so much opportunity in this region, and there are really exciting things that a lot of partners are working on. Obviously, the opening of the convention center in downtown is important for the whole region, how it supports business in the whole entire region. And it's an exciting opportunity. A lot of people are like, how are you doing it? And I was like, I'm doing it day by day. That's how I'm doing it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Kristen, let's do the same with Film Cincinnati. Your work involves storytelling, logistics, labor, policy, and a whole lot of behind the scenes, no pun intended there. For people who may not know the full scope of your work in the Film Commission, can you give us a little view of that?
Sure. I'm going to make it brief. And if you've heard me before, I will try and make it a little bit more insightful, because our industry is changing dramatically in real time. We create and consume content vastly different than we did even 5 years ago. The Film Commission was founded and incorporated in 1991 to attract major motion pictures to come shoot here. That's still our goal. And in order to do that, in both Ohio and Kentucky, we had to pass motion picture tax credits, because that's the tool that lures them to the area first and foremost. But since this is changing so much, one of the things that we saw right around the time of the strikes a couple of years ago, when nothing was getting produced, we had to think, how do we still have a meaningful impact on the economy? If movies aren't getting made, how can we still have a meaningful impact on the creative economy specifically? And so we were like, maybe we should go after this international film conference. And we put in an RFP for it and found out a couple months later that we won this international film conference. It's like the dog that chased the car and then caught it. What do you do now? 2 weeks later, after winning that conference, they announced they were looking for a home for Sundance. And I had just harvested all this data, so I said, we should go for that too. We threw that in. That was another year of an RFP. But what we're finding is we're trying to find different ways to have impacts on the creative economy, because we realize that this ecosystem, that the rising tide will raise all boats. And now we're seeing, and just to give you a little bit more insight on the film industry, is after the strikes, they had new contracts in place. And the IATSE, which is the local union for crew people, created contracts that are fairly expensive right now domestically. So we're finding a lot of the productions, if they're leaving Los Angeles at all, they're going to Europe, mostly Europe, and some Canadian, but they're going because they're cheaper labor contracts in the other places. So that has shifted. So production has slowed down domestically. I'm not in the union, but I attend these union meetings and hear what they're thinking about as ways to compete with that. And it's now turned into this great and interesting discussion on federal tax credits. You heard Trump say, we tariff the movies, but we're redirecting that into federal tax credits to see if we can compete with Europe. But our job is to bring productions here, because those productions create jobs. They create opportunity for locals, and they do spend a lot of money. They spend about $260,000 a day while they're on the ground. So it's a meaningful impact. And I've only had 2 films in the last 6 months, and it was about a $32 million impact. That we just got those numbers on Monday. So it's good business.
I really appreciate you describing your organizations a little bit more. I don't think people have the opportunity to know just how complex it is. You're running a regional business with a lot of moving parts, as you both described. So thanks for your work on that. I think we've all seen the impact. But let's talk about you guys individually and your journey to this work. So one of the things we care about in this series is how do we get here? How do you get here more appropriately? Because what we've learned is there's really no straight line to somebody's current role, and we're really curious about the path. So Kristen, your journey, how was it when you started? Was there a time where people were like, what are you saying, a movie?
It's a funny day to ask that question, because I was like pretty nostalgic this morning, because I looked at my schedule for the day and I realized tonight is the Great Living Cincinnatian dinner for the chamber. And I realized my grandfather was a great living Cincinnatian, and he passed away when I was in college. But I think about that. I thought about it this morning, and I thought, he was someone who had such tremendous civic pride. And that was just part of our childhood, to have, love for your city. And my other grandfather was a UC history professor, an Ohio historian, and he was a publisher. And then, this was cool, I thought about this morning. He owned like a film reel store in Northside that would rent the old film reels to schools. And I thought, my gosh, like, no wonder I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, it's just, this was in my DNA. But where I learned I wanted to work in film production is I went to Walnut Hills High School, and growing up, they had several after-school specials that would cast from the high schools and shoot here locally, likely because P&G's here. And the first one I did was called The Pride of Jesse Hullum. Go see it if you haven't seen it. It starred Johnny Cash, and I was an extra in it. And I remember that day, I'm going to work in this business, and I'm going to be one of those people behind the camera. And I don't know what they do, but I want to be one of them. And I think I even mentioned it to people in high school, because one of my friends reminded me of that recently. Like, you said you're going to run a major film office one day for a major city. And I was like, I'm doing it.
Here you are.
No, but I think when you're able to pair the two of the greatest passions you have and call it work, you're in a very lucky place. And I have gratitude for that every day.
Thank you. Real quick, when in your career path did you realize that the Film Commission and what you're doing is something that really is sustainable in and of itself, but it's also going to help the region become more sustainable economically and culturally?
Well, I think film itself it gives you sort of an immortality, and you're capturing these images, and it's something that we all share together. And there's something very special about not just watching films, but for me personally, I love the process of making movies. My husband calls me a fraud because I never go see movies with him. He's like, you work in the business and you never watch any. I'm like, I know, it's weird, but I love the problem solving. And I think when I saw Cincinnati put these tax credits in place as a state and start really getting this cadence of feature after feature and having people work full time in this business. And like Maya's here. Maya and I have been talking for a couple of years. She's a designer. Another friend I just met earlier who's producing a vertical series about co-work spaces, and they want to talk to you before you leave here.
This is my friend.
But
Julie, we actually work in the same co-working space in the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
So, but you start running into people, and it's in whether or not you think you're part of this business, we all touch it. And that's where I think it's really exciting. And we only win, and we want to win, right? The only thing we want to do is win. And when the whole community leans in, that's powerful. And I think I see that happening with Film Cincinnati, and I see everyone opening doors for us. And I mean, everywhere I go, I make friends. Like you might have a 1970s style living room that I need, or you might have an antique car, or you might want to be an extra because we need new faces, or you might know someone who wants to work. I mean, it's all a touch point for everyone, and it gives us a sense of identity and hopefully a everlasting brand, so to speak. So
Thank you. Julie,
Yeah.
how'd you start out and to end up where we are today?
Okay, so this is a little story I like to call how a kid from Lexington who got a degree in biochemistry from the University of Kentucky ended up in tourism. And the story really goes that very similar to Kristen's trajectory, who is one of my best friends, and I'm so honored to be up here with you, is my family is all about service and has always been about service and taking care of people. So one of the things I thought I wanted to do when I was younger was be a doctor. And my family really thought I should be a doctor as well. They thought I should be a doctor and my brother should be a lawyer. Sorry, Julie, this one's going to be hard for you. So my brother went to law school for 2 days. Julie Kirkpatrick went to med school for 1 week. And both of us then had to have this gut check. What do we want to do when we grow up? Luckily, my brother is now a data scientist for 8451. I don't know what he does. He creates statistical models based on buying patterns of people that go to Kroger. I just said, tell people you're a farmer because nobody's going to figure out what you do. But growing up in Lexington, having this degree and then figuring out how do I make a career, luckily I was working at a hotel at the time. And this hotel made me an opportunity to go into their management training program, moved me to Dallas, Texas, and I started to grow in the hotel industry, which is all about taking care of people. And I am a big fan of hospitality. I am a big fan of, if you're coming to my house and I'm taking care of you, I consider this whole entire region my house. So I have a very big concern about how we're taking care of people that make a choice to come here. I think that we do it really, really well in this region. I was very lucky in living in Dallas and learning about the industry and then going to Atlanta and then having a daughter. And as you do after you have a child, you draw a circle around your hometown and figure out where you want to go live. And I didn't want to go back to Lexington because, yeah, that's too close. I want to be arm's length away from my parents, but close enough to get there when I need to. So we looked at Indy, we looked at Nashville, we looked at Columbus, we looked at Louisville, and we looked at Cincinnati, and I really fell in love with the potential here. And I'm talking about back in 2005-ish, where we hadn't even fully manifested where we are right now. So I left the hotel industry about 12 years ago with an amazing opportunity to move into tourism because tourism is truly entrepreneurial. And we are figuring it out every day in how to create new demand, how to tell the story better, how to partner with organizations like Film Cincinnati. And I'm going to brag on Film Cincinnati, which is a truly regional organization that doesn't need to marry, somebody on this side of the river with somebody on that side of the river. Kristen does it seamlessly for this whole entire region. She is well respected in Frankfurt and she is well respected in Columbus. And I think that kind of entrepreneurial spirit is what pushes us ahead here. So that's a little bit of my navigating an origin story. Along the way, I picked up another degree at Northern Kentucky University. I've got a degree in organizational leadership, which has helped me craft my leadership style and how I'm leading now 2 tourism organizations with the idea of servant leadership and doing for community. And by doing for community, you do for self.
That's a perfect segue. It's like you had one.
It's like I had the questions. Me and you, buddy. You're doing great.
Well, it's entrepreneurship.
Yes.
You mentioned at the beginning. It's really important. It's at the core of the Made It series and the conversation we want to have. So thank you for getting us to that particular issue. And I want to talk about, we'll keep going with you for a few minutes, Julie. What about your day makes you feel like an entrepreneur? What are you doing every day that requires that entrepreneurial thinking and risk-taking? Talk about it.
Yeah. I think what it is accepting, or I should say, not accepting the status quo, not accepting that we can't do big things. So Kristen kind of glanced over this big international conference that she landed, and I want to kind of go back to that. I do think that when sometimes we look at big things in this region, there can be a mindset like, oh, we can't do that. Like, yeah, we can. And when Kristen called me and said, hey, let's go after the AFCI, It wasn't like, well, gee, that's gonna be really expensive, or gee, that's gonna be really, really complex to do. It was like, hell yeah, let's go. And that kind of spirit, that let's go spirit, is the thing that I think unlocks success in the region. So very similar to getting British Airways done at CVG. I mean, we broke a paradigm there. The industry thought that flight was going to Indy. I had people calling me up saying, you're not getting that BA flight to London. It doesn't make sense for your community. And in the back of our head, we're like, yeah, we're getting this. We're getting this done because of that can-do, let's go spirit. So I do think entrepreneurship is always based in possibility. It's always based in positivity. And it's always based in taking the first step. And from the first step will come more success. We failed, and I don't mind failing. We didn't get the World Cup done. I'm going to actually say we dodged a freaking bullet not getting the World Cup done. But it propelled us again to an international conversation. I'm not going to steal your thunder on Sundance. But again, these things, there are other big things that are in the works right now in the region. And we are going to mindscape it entrepreneurially to get them done. Think about what we've done in Northern Kentucky, Spark House, Lifeside KY. There are more things like that coming where we're taking this entrepreneurial mindset and then we're going to the public realm and the private realm to figure out how to get innovative things done. I think that's how communities get ahead.
Thank you. So Kristen, you've been in the film business, which has been around a while, but that doesn't mean you don't have to behave like an entrepreneur, especially here. I mean, you started from scratch kind of with Film Cincinnati. Talk about that process of the startup and then how you have to continue to think in an entrepreneurial way.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to what I started with winning. I mean, every project that we go after, once they commit, that's winning, but it's never enough because, I want to make sure people like Maya have a job. I want to make sure there's more work so that more people get trained in this industry so that there's a larger and broader workforce. So it's never quite enough. And I think, it's an exciting time in our industry. There's going to be 3 studios when it's all said and done. And the storyteller could be, and the profession of storytelling could be obsolete with the advances in AI. So it's really like, how do we get ahead of that? And how can we be leaders of influence in this? My favorite thing to answer lately is like, people are always like, oh, I'm sorry you lost Sundance. And I chuckle because it's like, we didn't lose Sundance. We never had Sundance to begin with. Park City lost Sundance, right? We won the whole year because we were part of that international conversation to move one of the most iconic events in the world to Cincinnati, Ohio. And that was winning. And I think that has led us into further conversations and further worlds and further dynamics that people are like, what the hell were you doing in Cincinnati? Like, I've had meetings about people saying, take me through your RFP. What was it about? What was the footprint that you were doing? What was the package that you were, and what partners did you bring to the table? Do you still have those relationships? Are you interested in taking this meeting? So it's just knowing, and with that entrepreneurial spirit, that it's not a loss one day. It's each thing is taking you towards that next victory.
That's a great example. And by the way, congratulations on that win. That was big for the region. To your point, everyone was talking about greater Cincinnati across the
and
globe.
Defending it.
Yeah,
So that's the best,
which
defending
is,
it.
that's
Yeah.
because of the work that you all were doing in creating the narrative and preparing the RFP proposal. So well done and congratulations.
There was one, Julie and I love this article. There was just stupid, salacious article that was like, there's nothing iconic. It was like Variety or Variety. There's nothing iconic about Cincinnati. And then it said, even J-Lo wouldn't do a pop-up in Cincinnati. And I called Julie one day and I was like, okay, at the International Film Conference, I think we should start with like a spotlight at the Megacorp Pavilion. J-Lo's there with a cheese coney, and she goes, "It's a pop-up, bitches!" Like, and just done. And we were like, "Let's go!" And then it's like that was $1 million, dream.
But what did you get done?
So we called George instead, and but it goes back, and we mentioned that backstage, like. People that don't know, like my favorite thing about my job is how surprised people are by Cincinnati. Like I never thought I'd like it, or I didn't realize you guys had food that was good, the stupid things people say, but it's such a pleasure. And Cincinnati, I mean, this is our time, this is our moment. We are that next city. And so it's like, let's just embrace it and be proud of it. And not shy away from it, because I think too often we're like, it's, but yeah, that's one thing that I've learned in this industry, is to have that ego and know that it's okay, that it is Cincinnati and it is awesome.
That's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Taking the
Swagger.
risk.
Swagger.
Yeah, make no small plans.
Yeah.
In a room full of business people and community organizers and people that really care about what you all are doing, how do we help? You want to start with that?
Be proud, be loud, support community. So, and I think everybody in this room does it. I mean, I see like multitudes of people that I know and are proud and loud. And if somebody wants to criticize, and we always say this, that we have phenomenal partners as well that work at something called the Cincinnati Experience. I'm a funder of the Cincinnati Experience. I'm proud to be a funder that talks a lot about resident pride, because she's right. We bring visitors in. We bring writers in from the New York Times, Forbes, Condé Nast, that are like, excuse my language, holy shit. Like, look at all these James Beard chefs. Look at these world-class hotels. Lytle, if everybody knows this, Lytle's the #1 hotel in Ohio. Hotel Covington's the #1 hotel in Kentucky. You have two of those right here within a mile of each other. They're like, wow. All of the public art that is in this region, the depth of art experience that we have in this region, the marrying of vast, thoughtful outdoor experiences that we have in this region. By God, we're conjoined by a river, an asset. And so people come into this region and they're like, holy crap. And then sometimes local haterade can get a little loud. So I always think the greatest thing you could do for the work that I'm doing is push back on it. Push back on it with your friends, your relatives, and remind them of how the rest of the world is looking at us. Like, it matters, especially when you hear in the next couple of weeks potentially a very big football-related event that may be coming to this region around April-ish. I'll let you all figure out what that is. Be a supporter, a verbal supporter of not why did they pick Cincinnati, but damn right they picked Cincinnati, and get swaggery about it.
It's like they may want to make a movie about it.
Yeah.
If you could, talk about how we help you.
Well, we're a 501c3 not-for-profit, and our fundraiser is October 3rd. We haven't had it in years because we've had this conference and then we had this RFP. But we have our fundraiser is called Backlot, and we create a Hollywood backlot. So when you sign up to come, you get a call sheet that tells you exactly what to wear. From the time you get out of your car, we take you through hair, wardrobe, makeup. We give you the lines. We put you on green screen. the whole time. You have a cocktail in your hand, and we show you what it's like to be, and it gives our industry and all the local people working in this industry on a regular basis a chance to show you their craft and their trade. So that's the first thing, come out to Backlot. And the other thing is, like, don't be afraid to say yes, you know, and you open your place of business or your home. And I met a friend here today who has a mid-century modern in Edgewood. Thank you very much. I love it. But share your place of business or your home, or those things are such great assets to us. The more we have to share with producers and directors, the more tools in our kit to sell this city. So we love that. And then the other thing is just have patience if we're shutting down a road and you're in traffic for a little bit. It doesn't happen very often. And for the most part, we try and get ahead of it. But I know there's going to be some of that coming up. And I just ask for your grace and patience because it is only temporary. So
That's really cool. You can pretend to be a movie star while drinking.
Yes.
I don't know what that says about me, that was my takeaway. The other thing I'll mention is if you do offer up your house for a shooting location, make sure to tell your spouse. Because I maybe did that once and didn't tell Michelle, and Al Hanley showed up with about 12 guys, and Michelle wasn't quite ready.
That happens.
Yeah. Thank you both for being here. This has been really exciting to hear about. The work you're doing is really exciting. It's making a huge impact in our region. We appreciate you sharing your personal stories, and we look forward to supporting you in your continued success. So thank you very much. A big round of applause.